Good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to explain the next part of this lesson, lesson 8, reach for the top. That day, we have completed explaining up to point number 5. So, let's move on from point number 6 today. Then, there was no looking back for this determined young girl. Once he succeeded in climbing that Aravalli hill with that some stranger mountaineers. She saved money and enrolled in the course at Uttarkash's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. And after climbing for the first time, she got determined to take climbing as her sector of study and maybe the aim of life. So she started saving money and finally enrolled in Uttarkash's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, where the pupil learned the different tools and techniques to climb the mountains. My college semester in my college semester in Jaipur was to end in April, but it ended on the 19th of May. The semester supposed to end in April, but unfortunately, for some reason, that semester continued up to May. And I was supposed to be in Uttarkashi on the 21st. And on that month, 21st May, Santosh had to join over there in that Uttarkashi college. So I did not go back home. Instead, I headed straight for the training. I had to write a letter of apology to my father, without whose permission I had got myself enrolled at Uttarkashi. And for enrolling the training, participating in that training program, Santosh didn't take the permission from her parents, and after semester end exams, Santosh supposed to move home first, but as she didn't have that much time with her, that's why she directly went to Uttarkashi and so sent a letter to her father for apology. Thereafter, Santosh went on an expedition every year. From that time, after that time, every year Santosh used to go for some expedition. Her climbing skills matured rapidly, gradually, and with a very higher her progress of rate. She started doing her work determinedly, and the skills climbing skills started maturing rapidly. Also, she developed a remarkable resistance to cold and altitude. As you know, in a certain height, after a certain height, some temperature reduces. Okay, so that's why the top or the higher areas, basically the top of hill and mountain, if you will go over there, you will find it very cold. And if you are if you are trained for a climber, then you supposed to be adapted with the very cold temperature. At the same time, with at a altitude sickness is a kind of problem which sometimes make people diggy when he or she reaches to a certain height. But Santosh was quite remarkably resistance power she developed against cold and altitude. Equipped with an iron will, physical endurance, and an amazing mental toughness, she proved herself repeatedly. With all her courage, ability, skill, and determination, she started recognizing the people started recognizing her for her great successes. The culmination of her hard work and sincerity came in 1992, just 4 years after she had shyly asked the Aravalli mountaineers if she could join them. What happened in that year? 1992, she climbed the top of the mountain peak, and she was the youngest woman ever climbed the mountain. And it took only 4 years to reach over there from the very first day when she asked some mountaineers if she could join them, accompany them. At barely 20 years of age, Santosh Yadav scaled Mount Everest, becoming the youngest woman in the world to achieve the feat. At the age of 20, Santosh finally got able to achieve that position, means she turned to the first youngest woman, Indian woman, or all over the world. He was the first woman to climb the Mount Everest, youngest. If her climbing skill, physical fitness, and mental strength impressed her seniors, her concern for others and desire to work together with them found her a special place in the heart of fellow climbers. With her determination and skills and physical fitness, she used to inspire. She used to inspire the his seniors, but for her fellow climbers, she used to take very good care about them, and she had a great concern about the nature also. Later on, we will know about it. During the During the 1992 Everest mission, Santosh Yadav proved special care to a climber who lay dying at the South Col. South Col is a certain point at a high altitude where mountaineers used to stay by arranging their camp or something, and one of the climbers was almost dying at that uh, area, at South Col area. Santosh took very special care to that climber. She was unfortunately unsuccessful, but Santosh tried her best, but yet she couldn't make it. Finally, that climber expired. However, she managed to save another climber, Mohan Singh, who would have met with the same fate and she not shared her oxygen with him. Another person named Mohan Singh also got facing the same problem. When Santosh relieved her by providing her own oxygen supply to that person, Mohan Singh, and finally saved him. Within 12 months, Santosh found herself a member of an Indo-Nepal's women's expedition that invited her to join them. She then scaled the Everest a second time. Within 12 months, means within a year, once again, she got the chance to climb the mountain, climb the Everest again as a member of an Indo-Nepal's women's expedition team, and thus setting a record as the only woman to have scaled the Everest twice. Till now, Santosh is the only woman who scaled the Everest and reached to the top for twice, and securing herself and India a unique place in the uh, in the unique place in the annals of mountaineering. In the field of mountaineering, the task of Santosh brought India to a high position with setting such a record. A youngest woman who was from India and only woman who climbed Everest twice also was from India. So this outstanding record he set for Indian history. In recognition of her achievements, the Indian government boasted upon her one of the nation's honors, the Padma Shri. For her great achievements, Indian government has honored her with Padma Shri title. Describing her feeling when she was literally on the top of the world, Santosh has said, "It took some time for the enormity of the mountain to sink in. Then I unfurled the Indian tricolor and held it aloft on the roof of the world." As all of you know, Mount Everest is the highest Everest peak of the whole world, and that's why and the average height of Mount Everest is greater than any other mountain. That's why it is called the roof of the world. And after reaching over there, how for the first time, Santosh was what was Santosh feeling? So how Santosh explained? Describing her feeling when she was literally on the top of the world, Santosh said, "It took some time for the enormity of the mountain to sink in. It was so vast, so enormous, and even after reaching to the top, you can feel yourself so small, like the dot in the of means the smallest particle in the contrary of the hill or in comparison of that mountain area or mountain range." But when she realized and she finally sink in, then finally then she unfurled the Indian tricolor, means national flag, and held it aloft on the roof of the world. And then he held that flag on the topmost position of the peak. The feeling is indescribable. It really cannot be explained with either in written form or in spoken language, because some of the emotions it's really very hard to explain in any other form except only realizing it from heart. The feeling is indescribable. The Indian flag was flying on the top of the world. It was truly a spiritual moment. I felt proud as an Indian. Also a fervent environmentalist. Fervent means who had a strong concern about the surrounding, about the nature, about the environment. Okay, so Santosh being so actively involved or actively concerned about the environment, Santosh collected and brought down 500 kilograms of garbage from the Himalayas. While climbing down, while getting down, Santosh also brought around 500 kilograms of garbage from Himalaya. So it also shows Santosh being her great concern about the nature or environment. So it's really very inspiring for all of us. All of us, if you will have that great determination and you are determined to work hard to achieve your goal, then certainly anyone from any field can reach to the top. Once again, you just read the whole story, and if possible listen to the whole video again, both of the part 1 and part 2, and then only you will be able to understand of your own. Thank you.